rainbows and unicorns woman. Yes. So, that's why we get on, because I just, I'm ranting against the whole world order, and she's just going, I don't see a problem.
I'm just playing happy music in my head.
It's fine. It's all fine, Paul. I don't know what you're banging on about. It's fine.
Glass half full.
Light and dark. I loved it. I did. I'm happy to give it a 9.
And I'm happy to give it a 3.
Yep. I get that. I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted that you didn't like it. It's upset me no end.
Oh, God. It was so...
I would genuinely take pleasure from making you watch a film that you genuinely hated. But when it's a film that I really, really enjoyed and I thought was very, very clever on many, many levels, and you didn't like it, I went,
It was lost on me. It was totally lost on me.
Well, I did say go and do a lot of research, because it will...
I did,
and I believe that you did, because that's what you do. You're a research person, and you would have gone and done due research.
I'm glad I didn't the first time, because then the second time I was watching it, I said, well, hang on.
Well, it was even worse the second time, because you had gone and done it, and then you go, yeah, but what the fuck?
I know.
Yes.
So I'm glad I didn't the first time, because I could watch it clean slate and go,
It's almost like, you know what you need? You know what you need?
What do I need?
You need a guy sitting there watching this film with you and mansplaining the whole way through. That's what you need. I'm sure that's exactly what you need. Don't you think, girls? Don't you think that that's what she needs?
Oh, gosh. Well, at least I wasn't looking at my watch. Like, I was constantly watching it going, what? So at other ones I've looked at my watch and gone, where does this fish? And this one I was looking and going... No.
Breaking me heart.
No, what I'm saying is I wasn't looking at my watch going, oh, when's this going to be finished? I'm more like, I'm totally confused. Why? No!
Did you find the end abrupt?
I actually...
How'd you find the end?
Which end are we talking about?
Well, let's just say let's just say the court scene.
Yes. I actually thought that was really well done.
Yes, because that's how it would have played out.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And I actually... So that part made sense if you totally ignored all the rest of it.
But, like, they didn't even get him up to the wall, No.
They
were dragging him out and one guy just went bang,
No, that was... For me, that scene worked if you ignored other stuff that had happened just before it.
Did you get the feeling of overwhelmed, like everybody living every moment of their lives in complete...
That came across very clearly.
Very strongly? Yep. Okay, cool.
But there were certain ways that people felt about Stalin that didn't make sense to me.
Can you elaborate? Because we've got the time. It's fine, And I'm sure people will be more than interested to listen.
No. I just thought, like, for instance, Georgy Malenkov.
Yes.
His scenes with Stalin and his scenes with some of his friends, and to me, it just kept alternating. Did he have a weird personality disorder or something?
No.
What I mean to me, I was getting that vibe.
Okay, I'm getting... Can we stop at him just for the moment? He'd just gone through 30 years of people being dragged out from...
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
And then after reading the history, it actually showed that he was actually a player, and I thought, well, hang on, he's not even put in as a player in this film.
But it doesn't say that it's completely historically accurate.
No. Says he got upset about the 4 feathers.
The what? Yeah, no, but they say it in like bold type across the front of the screen.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. So the second viewing was worse purely because then I thought, well, hang on, Paul will be looking at this from the history aspect.
Not if they show their bias.
No, but he didn't. That's what I mean. He kept flip-flopping all over the shop.
Yes.
And I found Michael Palin's character did that a lot too.
I would imagine that historically Michael Palin's character Molotov would be a far more assessing character.
No, but as in the way his mood kept flipping and how he felt about things did my head in. And I know that it could have been put down to post-trauma of all the horrible things that have been occurring.
Well, he lost his wife and then all of a sudden she came from the dead.
Yes, but he wished that she hadn't. And then was happy to see her.
He'd just been finished describing how much of a traitor she was while she was standing at the door before he realised she was there.
No, but it wasn't...
He betrayed himself.
No, but then he's come and... afterwards said, oh, my wife, and then later on going, no, she has to be, I wish she'd been shot and killed or whatever. Still, as in, even though they've all said, no, she didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, but it's because his paranoia is to such...
But then he says, "Oh, we need to stop this Stalin-like feel," and I just thought...
He is utterly broken.
No, but what I'm saying is it didn't make sense. The flip-flopping didn't make sense. I realise people are...
Because he was flip-flopping.
Oh, what I'm saying is the relationships to me didn't make sense. It was too all over the shop for me.
I know. Yes, I understand your concerns on that particular character and why that would upset you.
But other people might watch this and go, well, actually, that was really deep and wonderful and done well, and gosh, it was a funny movie.
I will go back to Molotov simply as not because I'm trying to win an argument. But
you look like it. You must love this! What is wrong with you?
How can I put this?
Delicately?
Gently. I found that with Molotov, he was probably a far more discerning character than what he was. But he'd been doing this since the 20s. And like all of these Bolsheviks from the early 20s, they'd been running like with Stalin. Okay, you know how they had that evening when they were sitting then, let's go and watch cowboy movies.
Which
that was completely bang on.
I got that. I read that.
Yes. These guys were massively sleep deprived. They were completely fucked in their head because they couldn't. They were paranoid. They didn't know if they were going to make it from one day to the next. They had to be the tomato in the pocket and all that. That was all bullshit. That was all complete bullshit just to jolly this madman along who was just killing people for pure whimsy.
I know. I'm just saying. For me, the flip flopping and. It just wasn't this wasn't stable enough for me. That's all.
What you're saying is because you're a kinder and gentler person, you don't laugh at broken people fucking up. I am not that person. No. I am quite broken myself, and I recognise them all struggling with their own demons.
But I'd like to know what someone's goal is, and I couldn't actually...
They don't have goals, they're all fucked. That's what I'm saying. They're really, really fucked. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They're sleep deprived, they're drunk half the time.
Everyone's got goals, even when they're sleep deprived, drunk, scared.
Even Khrushchev. But, I mean, he didn't know what the end game was going to be.
No, I didn't say that they knew that. What I'm saying is I couldn't work out what they wanted from one scene to the next. And not knowing where a character sits
they
means
wanted
you can't...
No, this is it. I'm sorry. I'll apologise after the podcast. They just wanted to survive. The whole film.
Do you know what? I didn't get that. That goal of survival didn't even...
No, all they wanted to do, because every single one of them was terrified of being put to one side and being that guy. Beria was terrified that all of a sudden everybody else was against him. And that's why he was throwing those papers in their faces. He was terrified that they were going to drag him out. And he was the most powerful one there.
Well, that's what I mean. It didn't make sense. He had all the power. That's what I mean. I couldn't, for the life of me, work out what they were doing.
Because it was a power vacuum. You had this person... No, they had this person who was like completely, totally... in charge of everything and didn't allow any other strong people to come up to challenge him and had done that for 30 years and suddenly he was gone. And it was like lifting the carpet up and all the cockroaches are underneath.
No, I get that. I could see when I first saw that he was dying and there's all these strong characters, wanting to get in there.
Yep.
I went, well, we can see a struggle about to occur here. It'll be interesting what everyone does.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is no one stuck with what they would... It didn't make sense in my head.
Okay.
I could see what could have happened and been done, but to me,
for me, I just felt that was. It made sense in my head because I thought they were reacting to fear.
Okay,
that's all it was, and because it's fear, they were broken down to such a level that they were all purely reactionary. Every single one of them was reactionary, and like it was a constantly evolving situation, and they were all reacting to one another, and nobody knew who were the end game. It was like the spinning bottle on the table was spinning around and round and round, and nobody knew where it was going to stop.
But at least you know the bottle's spinning. You know that everyone's watching the bottle. This, you didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, I know, because pure chaos. Because that's what happened when Stalin went. That's the comedy. That's the core of the comedy, and that's possibly why you didn't find it particularly funny. I don't know. Because that was the core of the comedy. The chaos. Stalin had directed everything. He was running the whole thing.
You're repeating yourself. I do understand this.
I know.
I'm just saying, to me, it didn't make sense.
I'm mansplaining now, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. But you're repeating yourself,
I'm sorry,
and I do understand where you're...
sorry, listeners.
No, I understand where you're coming from. And then people out there that go, wow, this film is awesome. But me personally, I just didn't like it.
I feel quite passionately about this movie.
I noticed.
I know. I'm sorry.
I have noticed quite a lot. But that's good.
I get it, and I find it's difficult that you don't. It's not that you don't. Oh, that's the wrong word to say. I'm going to be shocked. that it wasn't funny to you.
Nope.
It wasn't funny. And we should, before I manage to put my other foot in the mouth, I think we should leave it at that. So I give it a 9.
Cool. It's okay, Paul, for us not to like the same film.
I know. But this was goddamn funny. All right, okay. So
and people out there will be writing on Facebook going, Pip doesn't know what she's talking about. Paul, I feel you, mate.
I respect your point to be wrong.
Oh, gosh. Anyway,
yes, so
next week we'll be doing a new movie and a classic movie.
What are we watching?
Our new movie will be Ready Player One.
Yep.
Steven Spielberg.
Now,
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I have.
Oh, shh.
No, I have.
Okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Don't ruin it for me.
I won't.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it.
That's what you said about the death.
I know, and I was desperately wrong.
So for a new movie, we'll do Ready Player One, and for our classic movie, because someone loves Cary Grant.
Fuck's sake.
Because someone
it's
loves...
coming back to bite me in the arse now.
Remember what the rule was. You can't say no to an actor or actress.
Have I said no to a single thing?
No, but what I'm saying is you can't say someone's terrible until you've watched it at least twice. So we're going to watch Bringing Up Baby.
Oh, God, that sounds awful.
Well, it's tough. He's in it, and hopefully this will be good.
God, I hope this is worth it. It sounds
Do you know what? I hope we agree.
Oh, God. Okay, all right. Well, what is it? Bringing Up Babies?
No, Bringing Up Baby.
Bringing Up Baby.
Yes.
Singular.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds fun, Pip. I can't wait. That'll be great.
We hope you've enjoyed listening to us talk about the Four Feathers and the death of Stalin.
It's funny.
And hopefully you've got a lot out of this. And we will see you next week. Or see you. You'll hear us talk next week.
Unless I've had my throat cut and skinned and thrown in a deep hole somewhere. But anyway, yeah. All good. Okay, guys. Bye.
Ciao.